Okay, today we're talking about area of trapezoids. Area is the number of square units contained in a figure, and trapezoids are a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. A quadrilateral, remember, is a shape with 4 sides. And parallel lines are lines that never touch. What's unique about trapezoids is that trapezoids have 2 bases. The bases of a trapezoid are perpendicular to the height, and remember, perpendicular is 2 lines that cross at a right angle. So again, that's going to be our little dashed line. That's going to be your height most of the time. That'll be perpendicular to your bases. We are only going to use one area formula for a trapezoid. It is the same as the one that's on your star reference sheet. So that is going to be area, or A, is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times your height. So the way this formula works is if you have a trapezoid and you cut off right here where it makes that little triangle on this side and you move over the triangle, it's going to make a rectangle. And that takes us back to our base times height formula that almost all of our area formulas are based on, so that you will use the 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times your height to figure it out. So looking at this first one, I'm going to look at, this is my area formula. Area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times my height. So then I need to plug in my numbers for my bases and my height. My 1/2 stays the same. And then my bases here are my parallel lines, my 10 and my 14. So I need to do 10 plus 14. And then my height is going to be this little dotted line of 6. From there, we need to follow our order of operations, so we need to do what's inside of our parentheses first. So I'm still going to have A equals 1/2, and then 10 plus 14 is 24 times 6. And from there, we can do just what we did yesterday with triangles. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do 1/2 times 24. 1/2 is the same thing as dividing by 2. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. So then we have 12 times 6, and 12 times 6 is 72, so the area of this trapezoid is 72 meters squared. So remember, on your assignment, you need to do each of these steps. I know it's a lot of work and a lot of writing, but I need to know that you know your area formula, your bases, and your height, and then showing me that you can do each step of work. So moving on to this next one, I'm going to do the same exact thing. My area formula is still 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. So I still have 1/2. My bases are going to be parallel to each other, meaning those lines will never touch. So we have base 1 is 9 and base 2 is 3. And then our height again is going to be 6. And then I just need to solve from there. I need to do what's inside my parentheses first. So I'm going to have 1/2. 9 plus 3 is 12, and then our height is 6. Again, I'm going to start with my 1/2 times my 12. So 12 divided by 2 would be 6, and then I would do 6 times 6, which is 36 centimeters squared. The next one here looks a little different than the last two, but it's going to be the same process. So we're still starting with area equals 1/2. Our bases are still our parallel, the ones that are never going to touch. So 20 plus 15 times our height, which is 7. And then we need to do what's inside the parentheses. So area equals 1/2. 20 plus 15 is 35 times 7. 35 divided by 2 is going to be 17.5. So I'm going to do 17.5 times 7, and that will give me my area is equal to 122.5 meters squared. And then our last one here, if you'll notice, our trapezoid is turned on its side because our parallel lines are now going up and down. So we're still starting with 1/2. Our bases are parallel lines, so it's going to be 9.2 plus 12.2 times our height is 5. From there, we still need to do what's inside of our parentheses first. So 1/2. 9.2 plus 12.2 is going to end up being 21.4 times 5. Again, you can multiply in different orders, so this time I'm going to do 21.4 times 5 just to show you that different order. So you'll still have 1/2, and then 21.4 times 5 is going to be 107. So from there, I need to divide 107 by 2, which will give me 53.5 centimeters squared. When you're done, you don't need to complete the back, but you do need to put this in the notes section of your binder and go ahead and get started on your assignment.